Today I'd like to talk to you about collaboration at Arkadelphia High School. I'll tell you about some of the teams that are in place that we use to collaborate to deliver special education services to our students here. My name is Patty Goodson, and I'm taking a class at Arkansas State University, an online class. Okay, at Arkadelphia Public Schools, we have 1,745 students total, well, at Arkadelphia Public Schools in the whole school. And we have 265 students with individual education plans at our school. At the high school, we have grades 9 through 12, and there are 73 students with IEPs. At Goza Middle School, that's our 6th through 8th grade, we have 60 students with IEPs. At Peak Elementary School, we have grades 4 and 5th, and there are 42 IEPs. And then at Central Elementary, that's grades 2 and 3, we have 49 IEPs. And then at Parrott Primary School, which is pre-K through 1st, we have 41 IEPs. The definition of collaboration is that it involves 2 or more people working together toward shared goals. Team interactions to achieve that collaboration can be either informal or formal. It depends on what the purpose is for the meeting. Right, the teams that we use at Arkadelphia High School are collaborative work teams. We have IEP teams. We have a building level leadership team, and we have co-teaching teams that exist on our campus. Our collaborative work teams are teams of teachers that meet during their conference periods to look at data and try to improve instruction, to use that data so that we're focusing on improving our test scores and our student achievement. The first period collaborative work team is the one that I attend, and there are a variety of teachers in there. And our leader is Mr. Bud McMillian. He's our instructional facilitator, and he plans the agendas, shows us the data, shows us new techniques that we can use in our classrooms. He leads the meetings, and then I think there are 5 overall. We have 8 class periods, but there are some class periods during the day that don't have a collaborative work team. Okay. A second type of team that we have at the high school is the IEP teams. And the IEP teams, the IEP stands for Individual Education Plan, and they are formed to determine if a student is meeting his or her goals, or if special education services need to be continued, or even if they need to be begun for a student. And team members will be the special education teacher who's in charge of that student's folder. A general education teacher also attends the meetings, and the student's parents or guardians, and most of the time even a student himself or herself will attend the meeting. Okay, we have a building level leadership team that meets once a week to talk about issues and problems that arise on our campus, and then the group of teachers make suggestions about how to solve the problem that's occurring. The team is led by Principal Nikki Thomas. She's assisted by Assistant Principal Trent Smith, and by our instructional facilitator, Bud McMillian. There's a teacher from each department on campus, also the gifted and talented instructor, and the Army JROTC instructor are involved in that meeting. Right. We also have co-teaching teams on campus. We have 2 special education teachers who work with general education teachers in the classroom. Miss Julie Bradshaw works with me for 3 classes. We have 9th, 10th, and 11th grade English. And then Miss Paula Williams another special education teacher. She works with Miss Linda Archer in One World History class. And Miss Bradshaw also works with a physical science teacher who teaches ninth graders. That's Miss Nicole Freeman. They share one science class. Okay, and this is another slide that talks about co-teaching at Arkadelphia High School, and it the relationship between the English teacher, myself, and Miss Bradshaw has been the one that's lasted the longest. We've been co-teaching together for about a decade. And we started out with just one ninth grade English class together. And then as the years have gone on, now we have a 9th, 10th, and an 11th grade class for co-teach English. And we work with students who have an IEP, but we also work with students, regular students who are struggling in their English classes so that they can get their English credits. At Arkadelphia, we also collaborate with parents at different times. We do this collaboration by meeting with the parents as needed, and then we also will give our phone numbers to parents so that they can call us. We will call parents to make contact with them. We also use email to facilitate our collaboration with parents. Parents are always invited to come to the school at any time if they want to talk with a teacher. They may need to make an appointment, but they're welcome to come and observe. If they want to talk with somebody, they may need to have the appointment. Right, and the goal of collaboration is to meet the needs of students and parents to make sure that students are receiving the education that they need. We also have a group of paraprofessionals that work with students at Arkadelphia High School. We have 3 paraprofessionals, and they work with the special education teachers. We have one student who is a very high needs student, and he has a paraprofessional with him at all times. They assist him with his hygiene and with feeding him at lunch. They assist getting him on and off the bus. Paraprofessionals also assist students. The self-contained classroom, a paraprofessional will take them to their PE class, will go with them to other classes as needed. Paraprofessionals also take care of administrative duties. They'll make copies during parent-teacher conferences. They're the face of the high school. They meet the parents at the entrance to the building to give them the student schedules so that they'll know what teachers to talk to. Our paraprofessionals assist the transition class in gathering up the recycling that teachers, all the teachers have in their classrooms. So that's part of their kind of job training for transition, that they'll sort out the recycling, and a paraprofessional helps them with that. All right, if we have a student that needs to be referred for special education, any teacher or parent can refer a student if they feel like a student is having problems. They may refer to the counselor, they could refer to a teacher, but the referral goes to the special education designee. And then the special education designee, which at this time that's Ms. Julie Bradshaw, she will look at the student's cumulative folder to determine if there are issues that the student has that are keeping them from succeeding other than their abilities. For instance, if they're absent a lot, that could be why their grades are low. So she'll look at their test scores, their grades, and then she will determine if further testing is warranted. And then we have an educational examiner who comes on campus to, she works for the whole school district, but she will come and test the students as needed. And then once we get the test results back, an IEP team will meet, and they will determine if special education services are needed for that student. And the whole process is supposed to be done within 60 days. And we adhere to that. All right, we have some school-related service providers to help our students that come to campus. We have physical therapists, we have speech therapists,